Good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Thurs-Sun, California on a gorgeous morning. Man, it is beautiful, great sunrise, and the ocean, while a little bit breezy, doesn't look all that bad. I don't see it capping or anything else quite yet, but we're going to get into some nasty weather again. It's going to rain pretty good on Wednesday, then some wind on Thursday, and then we're going to clear up for the PCS show in Costa Mesa, California. That's going to be a great show. By the way, last night on Tackle Shop Confessions, you need to go back and listen to that if you want to find the great deals and bargains at this year's PCS show, because Sam De La Torre and yours truly went through them all. We showed you some of the rod giveaways. We showed you some of the tackle and incredible stuff that you're going to want to take advantage of. Make sure you go back and listen to Tackle Shop Confessions. It will change your life. At least your angling life for sure. Hey, don't forget, March the 23rd, we're going to be right down there where you see that big tower down there. And that tower is located on Pacific Coast Highway and Anderson Street. There's free parking there, and also across the street over at Peters Landing. And let me tell you, we got a great day planned for you. Surf fishing. We're also going to be doing a beach cleanup, and we're just going to have a great time. For those of you who have attended these great surf fishing days, you're going to love this one, and it's going to be right there. So you don't have to walk down to Thurs-Sun, California. We're going to be right in between some grunion runs, so I think we're going to catch some halibut, some spot-fin croaker, yellowfin croaker, and more barred perch. We'll get into that with you in a little bit. And by the way, since we're talking about surf fishing, big fish, bait and tackle, 15% off everything in the store, March 4th through the 9th. March 4th through the 9th at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. So make sure you check that out. All right, I got to get set up, man. I'm blabbering away here this morning. I haven't even started. The MB's coming at you, of course, next. Before we get started on today's morning briefing, don't forget, if you're headed to Ensenada, you're going to want to give Zeke Casas a call. Only 15 minutes from downtown, but just check out that spectacular view while in Ensenada, Baja, California Norte. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Hey, great to have you with us. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, man, is that good? Or what? Our live shows yesterday were fantastic. The Danny Cadota show was great. Brian Burrell, who's the deckhand on the Monte Carlo, dropped by and joined Danny for a while. That always is a great thrill. And they were talking bluefin tuna, how to catch more. You're going to love that. And then Tackle Shop Confessions. What a show last night as Sam De La Torre covered all the great discounts and bargains you're going to get at the PCS show. That starts Thursday on the Orange County Fairgrounds, and you have got to attend. It's going to be the show of the year, man. Bill DePriest and Mike Bond have really worked their fingers to the bone to put together a show that's going to knock your eye teeth out. It's going to be fantastic. All right, let's get into it. Let me start in Mexico and just start in Cabo San Lucas, where we're seeing some fairly decent yellowfin tuna fishing. When you get offshore about 25 miles, find a pod of dolphin. It's been pretty good inshore. You see a few amberjack, pretty good yellowtail fishing. smaller rooster fish, a little bit bigger sometimes, 12-pounders maybe, and also quite a few Sierras as we move you up into La Paz. So we're talking to Baja Pirates. They've been having excellent yellowtail fishing. Same thing over there at Tail Hunter International. Our dear friend Jonathan Roldan and Jill Roldan, they're going to be at the PCS show. Can't wait to see them, but they've had great yellowtail action in La Paz here recently. It's really been good. And then, of course, you get up to Loreto, Mulegé, great yellow action going on down there. The winter time is such a great time of the year to fish down there in that southern zone for yellowtail. I love it. Those yellows out of Loreto, nice big fish. Sea dog, sword fishing in Loreto, they're going to be at the PCS show. They're great and do a really good job. And you should say hi to them for me when you see them at the PCS show. That is for sure. So that is going to be absolutely fantastic. And then as we move you up further around the San Quintin area, some guys have been down there recently. Once in a while you get those yellowtail to bite, and other times they're finicky and don't bite, but you're always going to load up on the rockfish. That's been fantastic here recently. Tons of rockfish down there. That's 140 miles down below the border, where it's been spectacular lately. K&M Sport Fishing, many other operators have been doing great. Guys drove down there. I saw them put some posts up, didn't catch yellows, but caught plenty of rockfish. So that has been the name of the game. By the way, when those yellows do bite, they've been on the surface iron many, many times. So keep that in mind. Bring some light jigs with you, throw them. And man, when you wind them across the surface, if you're lucky enough, you'll see that big explosion on those jigs. Great stuff. 120 miles down below the border. Gotta love that rockfish bite. You can drive down there and jump on a ponga, but many guys jump on the San Diego-based sport boats and head down there, and they've been having great fishing. The Pacific Voyager on their most recent trip, 15 guys, 150 lingcod. I ask you, can it get any better than that? And the Old Glory, just getting back from a 2-day trip, and they put the hurt on the rockfish. Great eating fish, copious amounts of colorful, beautiful fish. They had a really special trip. And Travis Magano was on board that trip. Incidentally, had 314 rockfish and 86 lingcod. But 13-year-old Madison, his daughter, celebrated her birthday on the Old Glory on that very special trip. Madison, congratulations, happy birthday. I know that was a beautiful time for you and your dad and the crew on the Old Glory. You can't beat that. Get you up to Ensenada. And Paulina from Paulina Fishing Live, my co-host when I'm in Ensenada, will be at the show also. So look for her and say hi to her for me. I'll be at the show, incidentally, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday, I'm not going to be able to make it, unfortunately, but I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday, the plan is to be at the Trout Pond at 12 noon with Danny Cadota. 12 noon, Trout Pond on Saturday. I'd love to see you there. I want to get my tootsies in the water here in a second and see what this water feels like temperature-wise. I can't wait until March the 23rd. You got to be here. That is going to be a lot of fun. So good stuff there in Ensenada. We've seen mostly rockfish for the most part, but once in a while the yellows get up under the birds there too. And also you'll see some big bonita, and some guys focus in on sand and calico bass at times. Many other guys have been fishing in the Estero, in the bay, and they've been coming up with halibut and, you know, all kinds of other stuff like butterfly rays and guitar fish. They've been doing pretty good. Primero Dios is one of those guys. That feels pretty warm, actually, getting up there towards 60, which is going to bring grunion in here on St. Patrick's Day, March the 17th. It's going to be great. So, you know, there's that going on also down there in Ensenada. Yeah, feels pretty good. Not bad at all. I don't want to get wiped out by another rogue wave here this morning, that is for sure. All right, so that's what you got going on south of the border. Long range. The Royal Polaris is on an ecology trip, and it has been a remarkable experience for the people on board in San Ignacio Lagoon. And they not only have been seeing the gray whales, that beautiful migration from the Bering Sea up there in Alaska, all the way down to the warm water lagoons of Baja California. Longest mammalian migration known to man, by the way. Not only have they been seeing the gray whales, but they've been seeing all kinds of bird life and animal life. Remarkable. Now, the Red Rooster 3 just got their bait and are headed south. It's pretty breezy, and they're getting bumped around a little bit on their way down the coast right now, but they're loaded up with sardines and headed south. They're going to fish 16 days, so they got probably a 3-day run, about 1,000 miles until they get down to Hurricane Bank or wherever it is they're going to start. It's been pretty good on the Wahoo. Excellent yellowfin tuna fishing. Full speed on the 70 to 120 pound stuff. And then other times you get into the straight 100 pound, 100 plus pound, 200 pound stuff. So at times it's really, really excellent fishing. And the rooster should be down there in a couple of more days. So we'll be looking forward to that as one of the young men who's hitting the surf down here goes on by here this morning. Good to see him out here having fun in the great outdoors. Good stuff indeed. Beautiful morning. Can't beat it. Going to be rainy on Wednesday, however. So the rooster heading down. We'll keep our eyes on that for you very closely here in Gringolandia in the United States of America. We need to check out what's going on. Of course, Sheephead is now open, so you're able to fish the Sheephead. That's great news. You add to that sculpin and whitefish, gives you a couple of other species to load up on. There's been some decent bass fishing in San Diego. We've seen good bass fishing when they focus on it down there. Sand and calico bass. We've seen it up there at Marina del Rey. We saw some really good bass fishing, albeit on smaller calico bass that were released out of Dana Orr Sport Fishing. That's starting to pick up. It's going to get better and better as time goes on. That is for sure. And that is great news. Halibut fishing has been off here lately. Hadn't been all that great, although we did see 5 fish on the Aloha Spirit the other day. So there's a little bit going on there. One on the Native Sun out of 22nd Street Landing. By the way, 22nd Street Landing will be at the PCS show. Michael Morrison, their great manager. By the way, Freeman Adventures wouldn't exist without Mike Morrison. Mike was instrumental when we first set this up, so I thank him very, very much. Thank him for me when you see him at the show. You'll see everybody there. And the Independents will be at the PCS show. We have a 5-day trip that's really starting to fill now. In late April, that fish, and now I'm referencing 300 miles down the Baja coast. There's been bluefin and yellowfin, and it has not gone anywhere all year long, and it is right in our sights on that 5-day trip. Go by the Independence booth, say hi to them for me. That's Paulina. You're going to see her there. She's absolutely fantastic. And sign up and join us on that 5-day trip. We would love to have you on board with us on that one. So that should be good. That's another area. So here in Southern California, while this looks pretty darn nice right now, it's all going to go to spit tomorrow. And then Thursday, more spit. It's really going to get spitty out, if you know what I mean. It's going to blow. That's when we're going to get our wind on Thursday, and it's going to be quite nasty. Probably not a day that you want to be out on the water. After that, it calms down. It looks like a nice weekend for those of you who want to wet a line this weekend in SoCal. That is definitely available to you. And also sand dabs. If you want to go out and catch a bunch of sand dabs, that is available to you. There's no limit on sand dabs. You can load up on all you want, and it's been good if you want to do that. So that is something else available to you all. If you book before April 1st with Ventura Sport Fishing, you can save 20% on the Island Spirit. I think on the California also, but the Island Spirit for sure. All you have to do is look at your calendar, figure out your dates, and then book. You can call up there, 805-676-3474, and talk to Saul or one of the great people at Ventura Sport Fishing, and you pick your dates, book your trips now, 20% off. You can't beat that. And don't forget the El Patron here at Long Beach Sport Fishing. They are putting new, beautiful engines in the rig. She's beautiful already. Now she's going to purr like a kitten heading over to Catalina Island every single day. 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, whatever it is. They're, again, putting new engines there right now, but they'll be running pretty soon. You get more information on when they're going to start running again, and we'll be covering it at, of course, longbeachsportfishing.org. I can't really describe to you how beautiful it is. It's kind of warm. It's gorgeous. There's very little wind right now. It is the calm before the storm, but it's beautiful. And I think it portends some really good surf fishing, because let's talk about surf fishing. We've seen mostly barred perch up and down the coast, but we're starting to see a little more halibut starting to enter in. Few more yellowfin croaker. This is all going to slowly but surely start to creep in to our surf fishing here in Southern California. As the water warms up, you'll see those other species enter in. Barred perch like that cooler water, but then you'll start to see spot fin, and you'll start to see yellowfin croaker, and you'll start to see a variety of other species, including halibut in that Grunion run that is going to show up here on St. Patrick's Day. Man, I'll tell you, that gets it all rocking and rolling. So hopefully we're going to see more and more of that as we go along. And again, on March the 23rd, we're going to have a lot of fun here in Surfside, or I should say Sunset Beach down there. Anderson and Pacific Coast Highway. I'll have more details as we go along, but you are definitely invited. We can't wait to see you there. And if you don't like to fish, and you want to do beach cleanup, or you just want to hang out with some truly great people, and I'm talking about all of you who showed up last time. You're the great people I'm talking about. You're fantastic, making the communities better and getting out in the outdoors and enjoying what we are so blessed to have. Man, it will be a remarkable weekend, and you need to get your bait and tackle and everything else. You go to Big Fish Bait and Tackle down there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. And again, March 4th through the 9th, you're going to save big, 15% off rods, reels, everything in the store. Go down there, get the details. Pacific Coast Highway and Seal Beach Boulevard, Big Fish Bait and Tackle. That is the place you want to be. And don't forget to visit our good friend Chris Rank at the PCS show. He's going to be hanging out with that crazy Dave Hansen at your saltwater guide booth. Dave's crazy, I'm crazy, Chris is crazy, but his product is awesome. You sprinkle it on your ice, it reduces the temperature by 20 degrees. Your ice lasts longer, your catch stays better. You can't beat colder ice. Meet Chris at the PCS show. I know you are gonna love it. All right, my friends, what a gorgeous morning. It is really beautiful. One lone pelican flying by here. Where are those pelicans? They've kind of been off and on here, and the reason I mention it is because they point the way to bait and fish, and that's what we like to see. Have a great one, my friends. PCS show starts on Thursday, and it is gonna be fantastic. You're definitely gonna wanna be there. I'll be there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. See you by the trout pond there, of course, on Saturday. On Friday, Sam De La Torre is giving a speech at 2:30 in the afternoon. I'll be there for that, hanging around his booth and just kind of meandering around. And of course, I'd love to do some interviews with you, what you think of the show, and you know, what you're anticipating about it, what deals you got. So if you see me, make sure you stop by and say hi so I can thank you for all of your great support. All right, my friends, Tackle Shop Confessions last night. There's a link on the Freedman Adventures Facebook page. Go there, make sure you follow us over there, and sign up immediately. And one more time again, we appreciate you hitting that like button, sharing these videos everywhere, subscribing to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel, and you can check us out on Facebook, of course, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Have a great morning. Always great spending time with you, and I hope to see you really, really soon.